Hello, everybody. It's Bubba Rob. How's it going? Good? Good, I hope. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm here for the next installment of my journey through life. Woohoo! Anyways, I just finished my meditative walking. I was going to do the video on the park bench, but, it dropped I think about 15 degrees centigrade today from yesterday. It's pretty cool, and the wind's blowing, and it would definitely affect the quality of the sound. So I'm back in the car. Okay, what I want to talk about today, actually a little bit more in depth, what I do with the meditative walking and why I do it. What I do is I got my walking sticks, and I put some tunes on, my earbuds on, or some form of Bluetooth headphone, and I go into YouTube Music and I hit my playlist, my likes. Today there was a lot of All Them Witches on it, and my timer right now is set for 14 minutes. So what I do is when I start my walk, I try and remember to make sure my pants are done up tight, because when you're walking, you're pulling your pants up. It's kind of disturbs your walking and your meditation, right? Kind of breaks the train of thought. Sometimes I think, well, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but good thing I'm not out there to impress anybody because it looked funny. Anyways, so what I do is I try and focus on two things when I'm walking, actually three things. Is each step I take, it's when my heel lands and my foot rolls to my toes. Left, right, left, right. The second thing I find I'm really in tune with is actually the feeling I get from the ground through my hands when the walking sticks go down. I focus on that. And then what I try and do is focus on it so hard or so intensely that the pain in my hips actually dissipate. Because even though I had those back shots last week, which have helped quite a bit, but I have a tremendous amount of pain in my hips with the arthritis. And I'm finding that when I meditate, when I walk, and I'm deep enough into the meditation, the pain actually disappears, which is quite remarkable, because there's no use of any pain meds, before I do a walk. I do take a 300 milligrams of gabapentin before I go to bed, try and help me sleep. And I've got this cream that I put on my knees that helps with the arthritis, so that the pain doesn't wake me up. Like, it's not good if you're not getting any sleep, especially, if you're worried about your heart health and stuff like that. You need your rest. So anyways, so when I'm walking and I'm meditating, I just really try and slow everything down. My breath, my steps, everything. If you're really focused on those steps, that heel to toe thing, you can't walk very fast. You really have to slow it down because it affects your balance. It's really quite remarkable. When I was researching this a couple of years ago, and I tried doing it, and I just wasn't getting. I was watching these Buddhist monks do it, and there's lots of videos out there on how to do it, but I didn't really get it till I started doing it this last month, that I wasn't focused enough in the actual movement. Now, the amazing result which has happened from this is the reduction in my blood pressure. It's not that my blood pressure was particularly too bad, and I'm on meds for it, but I was averaging around 30, a little bit below, or middle 130s, say over 88. But the cardiologist wanted it to come down because of that partial blockage I got. But what I found with this meditative walking, my top number is dropped to around 106, and my bottom number is in the low to mid 60s when I take my blood pressure. It's amazing, totally amazing. So what I do now is when I get up at 5 o'clock, first thing I do is go pee, and I've talked about this before. Then I meditate. I listen to some ambient music. I focus on my breath. I try and focus on being kind to myself. If for whatever reason my mind is spinning and it's not working, I can try a little bit harder, or I just walk away from it. Just accept it for what it is. And I'll have my breakfast, go for my tea. Now I do a thumbnail while I'm having my tea waiting for Jeff to show up. Then I go do my walk, and now I'm doing my video. And then I'll upload it to CapCut on my phone as I'm driving home. Then I'll quickly edit it, and then I'll upload it on YouTube for the next morning. Pretty simple process. But what I really try and do in making changes is for my health and my mental health is I'm actually meditating throughout the day. If I think about it and I'm sitting somewhere, say if I'm sitting at the beach or home and my mind's starting wandering and I'm getting bored, and I try and grab to look at YouTube or something as I'm on here doing this. I'll take 5 or 10 minutes and I'll go into a breathing exercise. And what I do at night now, when I go to bed, I set my phone on some guided meditation music or something from like Headspace, for example. It's got a bunch. And I just listen to it, and I focus on my breath, and I try and get to sleep. Because if I look at the phone and say if I'm watching something, I don't know, the next stupid thing Donald Trump does or something, oh God, I can't do that. It just wakes me right up. It's not good. It's not good for my health, right? So really, the whole meditation thing has been absolutely huge in my journey. Now this week I'm going to start focusing more on my diet. Things have changed because my gallbladder's gone, so I have to really kind of watch what I do. Really got to watch my fat content, because I can get really nauseous if there's too much fat in my diet when I'm eating. It's not good. But anyways, I hope this little chat today helps somebody, because no matter where you're at, or even where you're at in your life, if you just take a break and zone out, meditate, you could pray, whatever your thing is, right? Important thing is to have your mind go somewhere else than what's keeping it too busy. We don't need to be busy. We need to relax. We need to zone out. We need to be bored, right? Anyways, I hope that today helps. Remember something. Love you all. I want you guys to take care of yourself. Take care of your mental, physical, and spiritual health. Be kind. If things aren't looking too good, you can always reverse it, or at least partially reverse it, right? The body and the mind is a wonderful thing. And the better we learn how to use it, the better off we'll be. Okay? Remember, the most important thing in life, whether you're a stoic or whatever you are, I don't give two rats butt cheeks what you are, is to be kind to yourself first, okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.